Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to crack the code on a process that's pretty much invisible, but absolutely essential for making sure the tech you use every day, well, actually works. We're talking about test reports.
I mean, really think about it. You download a new app, or your phone gets a big update, and it just works. But how? How do huge teams of people working on incredibly complex software know for sure that it's ready to go live?
Well, the secret isn't some kind of magic spell. It's actually a really disciplined process of communication. And the whole thing really comes down to one critical type of document that decides whether a product lives or dies.
So let's start our little investigation right there with our first big clue, the test report itself. What in the world is it really? Okay, so at its heart, test reporting is pretty simple. It's just the process of taking all the data and metrics from software testing and then rolling them up into a summary that everyone can understand. It's the official status update, you know? The here's where we're at for the whole team.
But don't mistake this for just a boring list of bugs. A good test report is so much more. It's a vital planning tool. It tells you if you're on track. It helps you guess when you'll actually finish, and it even collects data to help make the next project go a whole lot smoother.
Now, this is where our investigation splits. To really get the full picture, we've got to follow two different but totally connected trails. And those are represented by two key types of report.
So on one side, you have the progress report. Think of this like a detective's daily logbook. It's the frequent day-by-day check-in on how the investigation is going. And on the other side, you've got the summary report. This is the final case file, the whole story, all wrapped up and presented for the final verdict.
All right, let's dive into that first piece of evidence. Let's open up the daily logbook, the progress report, and see what it's all about.
So what is this daily report actually looking for? What's its main job?
It is all about the here and now. This report gives you that ground-level view. It's tracking, sometimes minute by minute, the status of every single test the team is running.
But why? Why go into so much detail every single day? What makes this constant tracking so important to getting a project out the door?
Well, because it creates this amazing dashboard of vital signs for the project. The team can see at a glance exactly how much of the app they've actually tested. That's called test coverage. And more importantly, what the pass-to-fail ratio looks like.
And this is where it gets really interesting. It's not just a simple pass or fail. Testers use this whole other vocabulary. A test can be blocked, which means some other bug is getting in the way, or it could be skipped because it's just not relevant anymore. This kind of nuanced language paints a much clearer picture of what's really going on.
Okay, let's switch gears and follow that second path. Let's look at how the summary report acts as that final case file in our investigation. This is where it all comes together.
So if the progress report is handling the day-to-day grind, what's the ultimate purpose of this big final case file?
Its goal is really twofold. First, it has to summarize everything, and I mean everything that happened during testing. And second, it has to measure all of those results against a set of goals that were decided on beforehand. They call these the exit criteria.
So what are these exit criteria? Well, think of them as the rules of the game, agreed upon before anyone even starts testing. They literally define what done looks like. For instance, a team might say, our main exit criterion is that 95% of our tests have to be passing. That number becomes their non-negotiable finish line.
But how do you actually do that? How do you take weeks, maybe even months, of data from all those daily logbooks and build this one single definitive report?
It's a surprisingly logical three-step process. First, you gather up all the results from those daily reports. Step 2, you analyze all that data against those exit criteria you set up. Did we hit our 95% target? And finally, step 3 is to write the summary and make sure you point out any big, scary issues that are still left.
And at the end of the day, after all of the daily logs, the final case file, every single test, and all the analysis, this entire massive effort boils down to one single high-stakes moment. The whole process, every report, every chart, every metric, it all exists to inform one single binary business decision. Do we launch this thing or not? It's the final call. Go or not go.
And that's exactly why you need both reports. It's not one or the other. The daily progress reports build the case, piece by piece, day by day. Then, the final summary report presents that case for a verdict. Together, they give a team the confidence they need to make that huge, critical call.
Test reporting is just one of these hidden, invisible engines that makes our digital world turn. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other secret codes and invisible processes are out there, quietly powering the technology we depend on every single day?